Have you ever wondered why you feel constantly drained and weak, even though you maintain a healthy diet, take supplements, and exercise regularly? The culprit might be sarcopenia, a condition particularly common among individuals over 60. Sarcopenia describes the age-related decline in muscle size and strength. It's more than just normal aging. It signifies your body losing muscle mass at a rate faster than it can regenerate. Imagine your muscles gradually diminishing, even if it's not visibly apparent. This process makes everyday activities more challenging, such as rising from a chair, carrying groceries, or maintaining balance while walking. Recent studies indicate that seniors can experience an annual muscle mass loss of up to 40%. This means nearly half of your muscle strength could vanish within just 12 months if no preventative measures are taken. Consequently, in this video, I will reveal 5 specific foods you should incorporate into your breakfast starting tomorrow and every morning thereafter to prevent further muscle loss. The 5th food on this list is so potent that traditional Chinese medical practitioners frequently recommend it to all their older patients. I assure you that by the end of this presentation, you will possess the precise knowledge needed to reclaim the look and feel of your 40-year-old self. My confidence in this promise stems from my experience as a physician who has treated thousands of elderly patients struggling with sarcopenia and muscle deterioration. I've closely observed their lifestyles and dietary habits. Over 85% of these patients reported significant improvements after integrating these 5 foods, which we'll discuss shortly, into their routines. Before we begin, please share your location and age, along with any muscle loss challenges you currently face in the comments section below. I personally respond to every comment. My name is Dr. William Lee, and this is the Senior Food Blog. Let's get started. Have you ever considered what transpires within your muscles while you sleep? It's not simply magic, it's a dynamic 2-stage process where your muscles break down and then rebuild themselves, emerging stronger. Initially, throughout the day preceding your sleep, your muscles are exerted, leading to minute, microscopic tears in their fibers. While this might sound detrimental, it is, in fact, the very catalyst for growth. Following this, your body detects this damage and transitions into an intensive repair mode. It dispatches healing cells that mend these tears and reconstruct the fibers, making them thicker and more robust than before. This is the underlying principle. Your muscles adapt to be better prepared for the demands of the next day. However, a crucial aspect often overlooked is that this repair sequence cannot effectively occur without the proper nutritional support in the morning. Your body requires specific foods to supply the fundamental building blocks for new muscle tissue. A significant portion of this rebuilding process unfolds after you've consumed breakfast. Therefore, if your morning meal lacks the appropriate nutrients, you are inadvertently hindering your muscles' ability to grow. Regrettably, many seniors err by fueling their muscles with unsuitable foods upon waking. Consequently, before we delve into the 5 beneficial foods for your morning, I will first highlight 5 foods you absolutely should avoid at breakfast, as they actively contribute to muscle damage. These are 5 foods to never combine with your breakfast if you wish to halt ongoing muscle deterioration. Firstly, white bread. Here's what happens when you consume white bread in the morning. The moment it enters your stomach, it rapidly converts into pure sugar, causing a sudden surge in your bloodstream. Your body responds by releasing substantial amounts of insulin to manage this sugar spike. The critical issue, however, is that elevated insulin levels actually impede your muscle's ability to utilize protein for repair. It's akin to shutting down your muscle-building factory precisely when it needs to be most active. Moreover, a startling fact many seniors are unaware of is that white bread doesn't merely halt muscle growth. It actively accelerates muscle breakdown. When your blood sugar plummets after that initial spike, your body begins to dismantle your own muscle tissue to generate energy. You are, quite literally, eroding your muscles with each slice. A recent study tracked 2,000 seniors over 3 years who regularly consumed white bread for breakfast. The findings were concerning. They experienced 23% greater muscle mass loss compared to seniors who abstained from white bread in the morning. This is a detrimental practice many people engage in daily, unknowingly harming themselves. Let me share the story of Margaret, a 62-year-old patient who visited my clinic approximately 2 years ago. She presented with typical sarcopenia symptoms, difficulty standing from a chair without using her arms for support, trouble carrying groceries, instability when climbing stairs, and persistent fatigue despite adequate sleep. She had also experienced 2 falls within the preceding 6 months, causing her family considerable worry. Upon reviewing Margaret's dietary history, I made an interesting discovery. Each morning before work, she would have 2 slices of white toast with butter. It was convenient, quick, and satisfying, leading her to believe it was a practical choice. However, that white bread was gradually destroying her muscles day after day. I subsequently devised a new diet plan for Margaret, incorporating the 5 muscle-building foods we will discuss later in this video. Within approximately 2 weeks, she began demonstrating remarkable progress. She started regaining muscle mass, her energy levels soared, and she could climb stairs unaided. Most importantly, she felt renewed confidence and strength. Margaret even commented that she felt as though she had her 40-year-old body back. This transformation began simply by eliminating white bread from her morning routine. Secondly, coffee. Have you ever considered what transpires in your body when you wake up and immediately reach for a cup of coffee on an empty stomach? The instant that caffeine enters your system without food, it triggers your adrenal glands to release a substantial surge of cortisol, your body's primary stress hormone. The critical issue here is that cortisol is a formidable adversary to your muscles. When cortisol levels spike in the absence of food, your body interprets this as a survival scenario and promptly initiates the breakdown of your muscle tissue, converting it into glucose for emergency energy. Furthermore, a shocking fact many seniors are unaware of is that this morning coffee ritual doesn't just break down existing muscle. It actively hinders your body's ability to build new muscle for up to 6 hours afterward. The cortisol surge resulting from consuming caffeine on an empty stomach obstructs IGF-1, a crucial hormone responsible for muscle growth and repair. Even if you consume protein later in the day, your muscle-building mechanisms remain suppressed due to that initial morning coffee mistake. A recent study involving 600 seniors who drank coffee on an empty stomach every morning for 14 months yielded alarming results. They experienced 22% greater muscle mass loss compared to seniors who either ate before their coffee or entirely avoided morning caffeine. Researchers concluded that fasted caffeine consumption induced a state called chronic muscle catabolism, where the body continuously degrades muscle tissue throughout the day, even during periods of rest. One of my most challenging cases involved James, a 62-year-old security guard who sought my help at the hospital. James worked 2 jobs to support his family, a night shift at a warehouse and a day shift at an office building. He would return home exhausted from his night shift, sleep for merely 4 to 5 hours, and then wake early to rush to his second job. Due to this demanding schedule, he relied heavily on caffeine and coffee to stay awake, consuming 6 to 8 cups daily, always on an empty stomach, because he never had time for a meal. What James didn't realize was that this coffee habit was slowly debilitating him. He began experiencing severe muscle weakness, became unable to lift heavy equipment at work, and was perpetually exhausted despite the high caffeine intake. His supervisor was contemplating termination because he could barely perform his duties. When he discovered his coffee addiction was destroying his muscles, he felt it was almost too late, having lost so much strength that even climbing stairs left him breathless. However, after I assisted him in adjusting his diet and overcoming his coffee and caffeine dependence, and he began incorporating muscle-friendly foods with breakfast instead of just coffee, James's condition significantly improved. He can now work full 12-hour shifts without feeling weak or tired, and he recently started coaching his grandson's Little League team, an activity he previously lacked the energy or strength to undertake. James regained his life simply by altering when and how he consumed his coffee. The next food I am about to reveal might surprise you, as many seniors mistakenly believe it to be a smart, protein-rich breakfast choice. In fact, you've likely been advised by other doctors or nutritionists that this food is beneficial due to its high protein content. Fourthly, oatmeal and skim milk. This particular food combination might be the most astonishing revelation, as it is widely marketed as the quintessential healthy breakfast for seniors. Health publications commend it, dietitians advocate for it, and your own physician has likely affirmed its benefits for heart health. However, what remains unsaid is that this supposed superfood is actively depriving your muscles of the vital nutrients they desperately need for survival and growth. Have you ever considered what happens to your body when you wake up and consume oats with low fat skim milk? Herein lies the concealed catastrophe. When the fat is removed from milk, you're not merely reducing calories. You're eliminating the essential delivery system your body requires to absorb crucial muscle building vitamins such as A, D, E, and K. These are fat soluble vitamins, meaning that in the absence of fat, they simply pass through your system unutilized. Your muscles are literally starving for these nutrients, all while you believe you are nourishing them with healthy food. It's akin to having a key, but discarding it before attempting to unlock a door. Furthermore, a shocking fact most seniors are unaware of is that skim milk doesn't just fail to deliver vitamins, it actually leaches calcium and magnesium from your existing muscle tissue. The processing involved in fat removal from milk creates an imbalanced protein structure that your body cannot properly assimilate. Instead of facilitating muscle building, your body is forced to extract minerals from your muscles to process this incomplete protein. You are, in essence, cannibalizing your own muscle tissue to digest what you mistakenly perceive as a healthy breakfast. A recent study followed 1,900 seniors who consumed oatmeal with skim milk daily for 18 months. The results were alarming. They experienced 29% greater muscle mass loss compared to seniors who opted for whole milk or avoided dairy entirely. Researchers discovered that fat-free dairy created what they termed nutrient malabsorption syndrome, where muscles become deficient in essential vitamins despite adequate food intake. I vividly recall the moment I recognized the potential danger of this healthy breakfast. I was at my daughter's graduation ceremony last spring when I noticed Dorothy, a 69-year-old retired bank manager who had been my patient 2 years prior. When Dorothy first sought my medical advice, she was experiencing alarming muscle deterioration. She could no longer lift her 3-year-old granddaughter, required assistance opening car doors, and had developed a noticeable tremor in her hands that made her self-conscious about eating in public. What initially perplexed me was Dorothy's meticulous dedication to healthy eating. Every morning for 15 years, she consumed a large bowl of steel-cut oats with skim milk and a banana, convinced that her cardiologist's recommendation made it the perfect, heart-healthy, low-fat breakfast. She measured everything precisely and never deviated from this routine. Dorothy couldn't comprehend why she was progressively weakening despite adhering to all the supposedly correct nutritional advice. At that graduation ceremony, I observed Dorothy effortlessly chasing her granddaughter around the playground, lifting her up and spinning her with ease. She appeared radiant and strong. Dorothy informed me that after transitioning from skim milk to whole milk and incorporating the muscle-building foods I had recommended, she now works part-time as a personal shopper, a job that requires her to walk miles and carry heavy bags all day. She affirmed that at 69, she possesses more energy and strength than she did at 55. This remarkable transformation began the day she stopped consuming that ostensibly healthy skim milk. Fifthly, refined cereals. The final food on this list is currently present in 90% of senior households and is likely in your pantry right now. You grab it when you're pressed for time, you trust it because the box declares it fortified with vitamins, and you might even select varieties that boast support for heart health or bone strength. Have you ever considered what transpires in your body when you wake up and consume cereal? Within an hour of eating that seemingly innocuous bowl of cereal, your body desperately seeks the essential amino acids it needs to repair and build muscle tissue after your overnight fasting state. The crucial problem, however, is that refined cereals contain incomplete proteins, lacking critical amino acids such as leucine, lysine, and methionine. When your muscles cannot acquire these vital building blocks, they enter a state of alarm and begin to break down your existing muscle tissue to harvest the necessary amino acids. You are quite literally forcing your body to cannibalize itself merely to function. Furthermore, a shocking fact most seniors are unaware of is that refined cereals don't just lack amino acids. They also contain anti-nutrients that obstruct your body's ability to absorb amino acids from other foods you consume throughout the day. The processing that creates those crispy flakes destroys the natural protein structure and generates compounds called phytates and lectins, which bind to amino acids in your digestive system and are then expelled as waste. Even if you eat chicken or fish later, those muscle building proteins are essentially stolen by the cereal you consumed hours earlier. A recent study tracked 2,500 seniors who ate refined cereals for breakfast daily over 22 months. The results were devastating. They experienced 37% greater muscle deterioration compared to seniors who consumed protein rich breakfasts or entirely avoided cereals. Researchers discovered that the amino acid deficiency led to what they termed protein starvation syndrome, where muscles continuously break down because they cannot access the necessary building blocks, even when adequate protein is consumed later in the day. You should have witnessed the remarkable transformation when I encountered Harold at the hardware store 3 months ago. Harold, a 71-year-old retired carpenter, had consulted me approximately a year and a half prior. When I first met him, Harold was disheartened because he was no longer able to pursue his beloved woodworking projects. His hands would tremble when attempting to use precision tools. He couldn't lift lumber anymore, and he had abandoned his weekend hobby of constructing birdhouses for his neighborhood due to a lack of strength and coordination. Harold's breakfast routine was as meticulous as his carpentry work once was. Every single morning for over 2 decades, he would consume exactly 2 bowls of raisin bran with low-fat milk, convinced he was receiving fiber and maintaining his health. His late wife had initiated this routine for him, and he had never questioned it. Harold was unaware that those refined bran flakes were systematically depriving his muscles of the amino acids they desperately needed, especially after decades of physical labor had already stressed his muscle fibers. At the hardware store, I observed Harold effortlessly carrying a stack of 2x4 lumber to his truck. His hands were steady and his movements confident. Harold informed me that after eliminating refined cereals and transitioning to the muscle-building breakfast foods I had recommended, he is now once again building custom furniture and recently completed a beautiful oak dining table for his daughter's family. He expressed feeling as though he had regained his craftsman's hands and the strength he possessed in his 50s, all because he stopped eating those healthy bran flakes every morning. Now that you are aware of the 5 breakfast foods that have been silently damaging your muscles, it's time for the encouraging news. What I'm about to share with you are the 5 most potent muscle-building foods capable of completely reversing sarcopenia and restoring the strength you believed was irrevocably lost. These are not merely arbitrary food recommendations. They are scientifically substantiated muscle builders that I have personally utilized to assist over 1,000 seniors in reclaiming their strength and vitality. The most appealing aspect is that every single one of these foods is readily available at your local grocery store. They are affordable, and you can begin incorporating them into your breakfast routine as early as tomorrow morning. Recall Margaret, who struggled to rise from her chair, Robert, who couldn't open jar lids, Sarah, too weak to carry groceries, Dorothy, unable to lift her granddaughter, and Harold, who abandoned his woodworking. Every one of these individuals underwent a profound transformation by substituting those muscle-destructive foods with these 5 powerful alternatives. So I encourage you to grab a pen and paper, as you will want to record these vital details. Before I unveil these 5 life-changing foods, I have a question for you. What are your thoughts so far? Are you beginning to comprehend why you might be experiencing muscle loss despite believing you were doing everything correctly? Please share your insights in the comments section below. I am genuinely interested in your experiences. Furthermore, if you are finding this information valuable in understanding what has been occurring within your body, I kindly ask you to hit that subscribe button. I dedicate countless hours to researching and creating these videos to support seniors like yourself. Your subscription is a profound indicator that you value this information. It requires only 1 second of your time, yet it means the world to me and enables me to reach more individuals who desperately need this knowledge. Let us proceed. Here are the 5 breakfast foods that will help you regain the vitality and appearance of your 40s. Firstly, plain Greek yogurt. Do you understand what happens when you consume plain Greek yogurt in the morning? Within 15 minutes of ingesting this muscle building powerhouse, your digestive system breaks it down into a rapid influx of high quality amino acids that are immediately transported to your muscle fibers. Greek yogurt provides an impressive 20 grams of complete protein per cup, which is double the protein content of regular yogurt. However, its unique benefit lies in its abundance of leucine, the primary amino acid that literally activates your muscle building machinery. Greek yogurt delivers 2.5 grams of leucine per serving, precisely the threshold required by your muscles to initiate protein synthesis. A recent study monitored 200 seniors, aged 65 to 75, who consistently added plain Greek yogurt to their breakfast daily for 12 months. The results were remarkable. They accrued an average of 18% more lean muscle mass compared to seniors whose diets did not include Greek yogurt. Even more impressively, 73% of participants reported significant improvements in grip strength, and 68% demonstrated enhanced balance and mobility scores. Researchers concluded that the synergistic combination of casein and whey proteins in Greek yogurt offered both immediate and sustained muscle-building advantages throughout the day. To maximize the muscle benefits of Greek yogurt, always opt for plain, full-fat varieties, as the fat aids your body in absorbing crucial muscle-building vitamins A, D, E, and K. Enhance it with a tablespoon of chopped walnuts or almonds for healthy fats and additional protein. For sweetness, choose fresh berries over honey or sugar. Consume it within 30 minutes of waking, when your muscles are most receptive to protein. Secondly, eggs. Do you know what happens when you consume eggs in the morning? The moment you ingest this incredible muscle-building food, your body receives all 9 essential amino acids in perfect proportions, solidifying egg status as the benchmark for complete proteins. Within 30 minutes of eating eggs, these amino acids flood your bloodstream and are rapidly delivered to your muscle tissue, providing every single building block your muscles require for repair and growth. However, what truly distinguishes eggs is their exceptionally high biological value, meaning your body can effectively utilize 94% of their protein for actual muscle building, a significantly higher percentage compared to the 60-70% from most other protein sources. Additionally, eggs are abundant in vitamin D, which functions as a hormone, signaling your muscles to absorb more protein and develop greater strength. A recent study tracked 1,800 seniors, aged 60 to 80, who ate 2 whole eggs every morning for 14 months. The results were astonishing. They experienced a 24% increase in muscle protein synthesis and gained an average of 2.3 pounds of lean muscle mass. Most notably, 81% of participants demonstrated improved leg strength, and 76% reported enhanced overall physical performance. Researchers discovered that the combined effect of complete amino acids and vitamin D in eggs created what they termed optimal muscle anabolic conditions, essentially transforming the body into an efficient muscle-building machine. To optimize the muscle benefits of eggs, always consume the entire egg, as the yolk contains half the protein, along with all the vitamin D and healthy fats essential for your muscles. Cook them in coconut oil or grass-fed butter to incorporate additional healthy fats that boost protein absorption. The most beneficial preparation methods are scrambled, poached, or soft-boiled, as these preserve the delicate amino acid structure. Consume them as your initial food of the day when your muscles are most eager for protein following the overnight fast. Thirdly, avocado. Do you know what happens when you consume avocado in the morning? Within 20 minutes of ingesting this nutrient-dense superfood, your body receives a potent dose of monounsaturated fats that act as a sophisticated delivery system for muscle-building nutrients. Avocados boast over 20 essential vitamins and minerals. However, their critical importance for seniors stems from their abundant potassium content, exceeding that of bananas, which is vital for preventing muscle cramps and maintaining proper muscle contraction. The healthy fats in avocados also stimulate the production of testosterone and growth hormone, 2 crucial hormones that typically decline with age, but are indispensable for maintaining and developing muscle mass. Furthermore, avocados contain glutathione, a powerful antioxidant that shields your muscle cells from damage induced by exercise and daily stress, thereby facilitating their recovery and strengthening. A recent study tracked 1,400 seniors, aged 63 to 79 who incorporated half an avocado into their daily breakfast for 15 months. The results were impressive. They demonstrated a 19% improvement in muscle protein synthesis and experienced significantly less muscle soreness after physical activity. Most notably, 77% of participants reported enhanced joint mobility, and 71% showed improved muscle recovery times between workouts. Researchers concluded that the combination of healthy fats and antioxidants in avocados fostered what they termed enhanced nutrient uptake conditions, effectively assisting muscles in absorbing and utilizing protein more efficiently from all other consumed foods. To maximize the muscle benefits of avocado, select ripe but firm avocados that yield slightly to gentle pressure. Mash half an avocado with a pinch of sea salt and spread it on your eggs, or slice it and add it to your Greek yogurt for an enhanced creamy texture. The healthy fats in avocado assist your body in absorbing fat-soluble vitamins A, D, E, and K from other foods. Always pair avocado with protein, as this combination boosts amino acid absorption by up to 40%, making every bite of your muscle-building breakfast more effective. Fourthly, lean meats such as turkey and chicken. Do you know what happens when you consume lean meats like turkey or chicken in the morning? Within 45 minutes of ingesting these premium muscle-building proteins, your digestive system breaks them down into a powerful stream of amino acids that your muscles readily recognize as the highest quality fuel available. Lean meats represent the most concentrated source of complete protein you can find. A 4-ounce serving of turkey or chicken breast delivers an impressive 35 grams of pure bioavailable protein. However, what makes lean meats particularly beneficial for seniors is their rich creatine content, a natural compound that significantly enhances muscle strength and power. Additionally, they contain high levels of B vitamins, which efficiently assist your muscles in converting protein into actual muscle tissue more effectively than any other food source. A recent study monitored 2,100 seniors aged 62 to 78 who integrated 3 to 4 ounces of lean meat into their breakfast routine for 16 months. The results were extraordinary. They gained an average of 3.1 pounds of lean muscle mass and demonstrated a 31% improvement in muscle strength compared to seniors who relied solely on plant proteins or dairy. Even more impressively, 89% of participants reported increased energy levels throughout the day, and 78% showed significant improvements in their ability to perform daily activities such as climbing stairs and carrying groceries. Researchers determined that the high leucine content in lean meats, up to 3.5 grams per serving, provided the strongest possible signal for muscle building. To maximize the muscle benefits of lean meats, choose grass-fed options when available for higher nutrient density. Cook them gently, grilled, baked, or sautéed in healthy fats like coconut oil to preserve the delicate amino acid structure. Slice leftover dinner chicken or turkey and incorporate it into your morning eggs, or prepare turkey breakfast sausage without added sugars or preservatives. Always pair lean meats with healthy fats, such as avocado, to enhance protein absorption and provide sustained energy for your muscles throughout the morning. Before I unveil the final food, the one that traditional Chinese medicine doctors have utilized for centuries, I'm curious to know which of these first 4 foods surprised you the most. Have you been intentionally avoiding any of them due to a misconception of them being unhealthy? Please share your thoughts in the comments below. And if you are finding this information valuable, I encourage you to subscribe and activate that notification bell. Thousands of seniors require this information, yet they will never encounter it unless you help by subscribing and sharing. Fifthly, nuts and seeds. Do you understand what happens when you consume nuts and seeds in the morning? The moment you ingest these nutritional powerhouses, your body receives a unique combination of plant-based protein, healthy fats, and essential minerals that collaboratively function like a perfectly synchronized muscle-building symphony. Within an hour of eating nuts and seeds, the healthy fats, particularly omega-3 fatty acids, actively reduce inflammation within your muscle tissue, thereby establishing an optimal environment for growth and repair. Simultaneously, the protein furnishes crucial amino acids such as arginine, which enhances blood flow to your muscles, delivering a greater abundance of nutrients precisely where they are needed most. However, the true secret weapon lies in the fact that nuts and seeds contain magnesium and zinc, two minerals that directly activate over 300 enzymes integral to muscle protein synthesis, essentially supercharging your body's capacity to generate new muscle tissue. A recent study tracked 1,650 seniors aged 65 to 82 who incorporated 2 ounces of mixed nuts and seeds into their daily breakfast for 18 months. The results were remarkable. They exhibited a 22% increase in muscle protein synthesis rates and gained an average of 1.8 pounds of lean muscle mass. Most significantly, 84% of participants experienced reduced muscle soreness and accelerated recovery times, while 79% reported improved grip strength and hand function. Researchers concluded that the anti-inflammatory properties of nuts and seeds fostered what they termed enhanced muscle recovery conditions, enabling muscles to repair and grow more efficiently than ever before. To maximize the muscle benefits of nuts and seeds, choose raw, unsalted varieties such as almonds, walnuts, pumpkin seeds, and chia seeds to avoid inflammation-inducing additives. Soak them overnight to enhance digestibility and nutrient absorption. Add a handful to your Greek yogurt or sprinkle them on your eggs for a boost of protein and healthy fats. The ideal combination is 1 ounce of nuts with 1 teaspoon of seeds, as this provides the perfect ratio of omega-3 to omega-6 fats that your muscles require for optimal growth and recovery. I understand that some viewers will watch this video and subsequently revert to familiar, comfortable habits, continuing to consume white bread, sugary cereals, and processed meats because change can feel challenging. But you, I believe, are different. You are committed to applying this information, consistently incorporating these muscle-building foods, and returning to share your feedback on the reversal of your sarcopenia and the extent of your renewed strength. If this video has provided clarity on what has genuinely been affecting your muscles, and you now possess a definitive action plan to begin rebuilding strength, the least you can do is press that subscribe button. I have just provided you with information that holds the potential to profoundly transform your life and help you reclaim the feeling of being 40 again. Information that most doctors will not disclose and that could save you thousands in medical expenses. Subscribing is free, takes merely 1 second, and enables me to continue creating content that positively impacts lives. Therefore, please subscribe now, and I will see you in my next video. Cheers. Dr. William Lee Health.